Good morning. Afternoon or night. I have to take the Scoutster's car, my thumbnail, finner, thrower, hater, troll, or dead burn rainbow trailer like lurkers. The coupe car's gone. My thumbnail's the coupe car. That's ridiculous. I would love to have a door ajar ringtone. Do they make them? And Scott's dead burn ridiculous Toyota is backwards. I don't give a flying rip. A person with windshield wipers. Right there. Ordinarily you go like this, dudes. Come on, man. Down. Come on, Toyota lover. That's ridiculous. Makes me laugh. Hey, man, let me do it again. Ordinarily. It's like this left-handed trailer, man. Open up and feel surrounded by congestion. Claustrophobia sits in. Move around, dum-dums. I like Scotty's open concept of the Toyota, though. The Ford is too... The Toyota, though. The Ford is too... Move it or lose it, you know. Open concept of a car. Crash. I like talking to a dog. What are you doing in there? Well, I don't understand it. In the name of the Lord, come on, man. I go up with a windshield wiper. Go down. That's ridiculous. Go down. That's ridiculous. Well, shoot, man. And then Scotty's charger thingy, he took the wire out. And then he said he was going to do mine. I can't figure these windshield wipers out. Yet he did not. Because William's in the coupe car. William's little niece had her birthday party this weekend, too. I guess they couldn't do it correctly. The sounds of a car. We expect these suckers to work every time we get in them. Shoot, man. Oh, yeah, Scotty told me to check his tire. He went yesterday and got a tire, but I don't know which one. Which one did you get, son? Yeah, Scotty has all 4 new tires. I don't know which one he got. Scotty don't play around. Scotty carries Goodyear tires. He don't want any other tire. I don't know. Oh, in here. Son, I don't know which one you want Mother to look at, but this is ridiculous. Ain't no sense in that skeleton, man. These kids today will come up with this garbage. Come on, man. Dancing skeletons. Scotty went and got a haircut yesterday, man. I'm like, dude. It looks really, really good, though. I said, son, why don't you just shave it off? Shave off your head, dude. It's true. He might as well. They're going to do it anyway. Open concept. Here we go. Wait a minute. It takes me 20 years to understand Scott's car, as opposed to that little Ford compartmentalized. Let's get out of here. I don't like his pole. I can't stand these windows, man. This is how I'm claustrophobic. All right. The virus still has resonating garbage in the sinus cavity. I don't understand these windshield wipers. It's funny as fetch. Man. I ain't had no sun probably. I can't see squat. Nope. Man, I bet you we have a new right away. I can't understand these windshield wipers, son. Man. You know, you just don't understand somebody else's car. You're not in it enough. Yeah, man, my thumbnail's the coupe car. What of it? And I'm in Scotty's ride. Ride or die, dummies. Did y'all out there and get them? I put the topic today as a double-minded individual. There's so much of double-mindedness that we're not paying attention to on the planet today. Everybody would go to the natural biblical thought of a double-minded person. You have to learn. We can all become addicted to an individual. You take your 20 to figure out this right away now. I'm telling you the truth. Puddles, garbage cans. See? There you go. Done it. Just come on in here, man. You'll be late for church. You said, I've done my coffee. I've done my drinking thingy. I get to work. Man, you better leave 30 minutes, get out of here. You'll never not have content getting out of this place. But did you get him this weekend? Did you like get her, get him, God, rah. But a double-minded person is not necessarily just the biblical definition. Example number 1, again, you can be addicted to a person in a double-minded mindset. You might not even know a person and wake up, live your life, dwelling on an individual you will never meet. You'll never know. That's a form of double-mindedness, and you'll stay that way. I always tell people when I'm teaching the Word of God that many of our faith will say, Lord, Lord, one day. It's true on earth, too. Okay? When you have a lot of people on these social media transhumanistics world, okay, social media is going to conform our minds to a negative endgame. It's not going to be a positive endgame. There's no way. No. People have decided not to learn on the internet as much as they need to. They're using it as a platform, thinking the audience of YouTube is some glory down here. That is a double-minded person. And they're unstable in all their ways. They'll focus, instead of like, let's say you want to finish a class in literature. That is your focus. That's not double-minded. If you're focused on someone on a particular social media platform and you can't get off of it, that's double-mindedness. There's a massive difference. There's no end game for you. You'll be swayed and walked and you can't fill it up. A double-minded person is so unstable that it can never be fulfilled. That's why we say, many will say, many double-minded people hang around each other. If you're not too double-minded, you've learned how to stop. You're learning to not be so unstable in all your ways. You might talk about a topic like I do for 2 years. That's not being double-minded. You're focused on saying it over and over in a mutual faith. That's where the Bible double-minded comes in. A person that's double-minded on earth is they're out. They might move a lot. My father and mom was like this. They can't stay stable. They'll shop, they'll spend, they'll pick friends, but they're unstable all the time. It's never fulfilled. If they eat a dinner, a lot of people who have eating disorders, bad childhoods, they can't figure out how to fill up the gap in their heart. Their body is never satisfied. It's a ferocious appetite. It's unstable all the time, trying to figure out what to do. Well, that didn't work. That's not good enough. Let me try this. Let me try this. Let me try this. Let me try this. I mean, they're always somewhere. They're always seeking. It might be a positive seek or a negative seek, but they're unstable. They're just constantly, you know, they might get so double-minded, like I say, because it's different on earth as it is in heaven. You know, like this car. You're so double-minded that you can fix Scotty's car until you can't fix it with Elon Musk's money. It's never good enough. It'll never satisfy you. Never. You'll just fix it and fix it and fix it and fix it, and it's never good enough for you. That's a double-minded person on earth. Bad. I mean, good gosh. If you can't let something go and say, poof, really, you're double-minded. If you go around saying, hey man, my friend is like that, you definitely double-minded. You can't focus on your own intuition and understand your own inventions and creative art, and you might be a strategy type of person. If you just focused on one thing, that's flat boring to me. But what happens with the ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth is you're always learning, but your learning comes to no end. You have no discernment call. You can't say, oh, I finished that. Now I understand. Move on. A double-minded person will finish something and never move on. Yeah. Oh, you'll change your house around a lot. People that change their furniture a lot. Let's change the living room again. Honey, let's change the bedroom furniture. That's double-minded. They're not seeing that, but it's true. Clean freaks. All right? I used to be that way as well. Just, you'll clean it and clean it and clean it, and it's never cleanly enough because your mind is anxious. It might be a mental illness. You'll be all over the place. Oh, I gotta do that again. I gotta do that again. You're always repeating yourself over and over and over. When you say a person might, like me, video something over and over and over, they are as well. A double-minded person can't figure out a double-minded person unless they are double-minded. A person who is a gossiper can't say they're a gossiper unless they gossip as well. All these are platforms of double-mindedness. We're never satisfied. Personalities, where you live, your parents, what you went through, causes double-mindedness as well. If you can't stay focused, I mean, really focused, you probably have a double-mindedness going on. If you just can't, it's really hard to explain double-mindedness. I may do it on my other channels, but if you do an earthly double-minded truth and the biblical truth, well, let's just say you have a son, let's just use Scott, and every day, Scotty's doing something like ridiculous, you know? And you're like, man, dude, you finished it. It's not good enough. Finished it. Not good enough. Finished it. Not good enough. Double-mindedness is seeking out. Bad. Yeah, it is. Sometimes it's not negative to do certain things over and over. No. No, not at all. But when you're focused too much these days on the social media sites, folks, man, it's going to lead you down your own mental health path, your medical path. Why do people latch on to somebody that they're never going to meet? Why do they latch on to somebody that bothers them? It makes no sense to me. Now, I've learned to go on past that kind of crap. When you're hanging on to somebody, you are so double-minded and unfulfilled, you don't know what to do with your life. You might just have a lot of things. You might have mediocrity things. You might have indigency, such as myself, but you are still never fulfilled. This is when the cancer and malignancy of ever learning spreads out. A person who is like us, who are born again, we understand we need to sanctify the few. The few. So we will teach the same message of Christ over and over and over. We will teach our past over and over and over. Like a book, like you're learning of a rough draft, like that poem I wrote. You might write some things in, tell the truth, miss over there, a memory misplaced, you place it back in, and out comes your autobiography. That doesn't mean you're lying about it. No, not at all. And a person who's double-minded, they'll just constantly try to fulfill up your own book. They'll write themselves into your book. A double-minded person will write yourself into their life. They'll take you and write them in their life when you're not even doing anything but closing the book. If you're double-minded, watch that out. Watch that action there on social media, because that's going to occur. If you're viewing somebody is not double-mindedness. Now, if you want to watch somebody, that's got nothing to do with double-minded. It's when the obsession kicks in. They are a part of your life, when they're nothing at all a part of your life. You're the one unfulfilled. You are the many. We are the few. We don't see you the way you see us at all. We see the many going out as the legion of Mark 5 of the Bible. But on earth, we still see you as many unfulfilled. I mean, if you want to talk about somebody, you know, in life, your neighbor, they bring you the wrong pie every single Sunday. You know, you've learned that your neighbor brings you the wrong pie, but you've met the neighbor. Social media is a platform way of like a neighboring way. Love thy neighbor as thyself. When you view them, they become like a neighbor to you. You've learned them. You've discerned them. You're like, okay, here they go again. And if you have to say, here they go again, oh my gosh, what are you doing around them? You're the one with the issue. If a person cannot walk away from somebody and they latch on like a key of a skeleton key, they're so double-minded, you don't need anything to do with them. You don't need those kind of friends. They will let you down, they will trade you out, and this has been evident on most of the social media platforms that I've trusted my instinct with on earth and by God. When I walk in a place, I don't trust no one. That is what God warned me to do. It's never, ever steered me wrong. Anytime I put my trust levels down, I always got hurt. And I've said it 1,000 times to Sunday like the Legion. I trust no one. I trust God's word. I am affirmed by that. I've created a lot of chaos in those little channel places. One woman in Raymond, through God, made an impact, good or bad, negative or positive. It matters not, for I am the few. They are the many. Worrying about something they don't need to worry about. They're worrying about something I ain't even studying. Nope. They desperately, a double-minded person desperately needs their name called out. Under God, an individual desperately needs their name called out on earth. Because biblically, in the book of life, they're not there. Their name won't be called out. The second coming of Christ is not what people think, and not taught biblically correct. No, the catching up of the body of Christ. And Thessalonica is not the second coming of Christ. No. Double-minded person would believe that. Doctrines of the Bible, religions. I mean, mom and dad put us in a complacency of double-mindedness. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But when you just get to where you need your name called out, you need desperate attention. You need to be known. These are Hollywood elitists. Think about it. Movies, actors, actresses, musicians, to desperation. The point becomes desperate. They need you to notice them. It's a desire of their heart because they can't get it. They don't know how to do it. They crave this. It's a ferocious appetite. And that kind of person is so double-minded. They're high-end whisperers and gossipers. They think they're learners. They learn nothing. They study somebody that's not even studying them. Okay? A lot of people are like this on this transhumanism phone. I'm watching somebody has nothing to do with double-mindedness. No, it's when you have this thing in your mind that it's like the Walk of Fame thing I talk about. I mean, you desperately latch on to a topic or somebody and you can't let it go. You're unfulfilled somewhere in your life. When you click the camera off, that's still your life. And you try to pretend. I've seen people try to pretend that's not true. Then you'll be like, okay, I'm done with that. Now I'll talk about this. I'm done with that. That's so minded. They're across the board all over the place. Probably in somebody's life who ain't studying their life. They're not even thinking about them. They think they are because they're so empty within. As a double-minded person, there's so much to the double-mindedness. The Bible just mentions it in the book of James, that's all. And it's very powerful. But if you're like, hey man, that person's like that, you're the one double-minded because you collectively discerned their mind based on an action or something they say. No, you're not in their mind. That's why it's called double-mindedness. The mind, you're not there. You're not in their mind. You're not in theirs. I'm not in theirs. You just, and they probably do live in your head. Let them go. Get it out. They're not paying rent. I mean, gosh. Topics on YouTube. If you just check social media sites, you'll see it. You'll see that if they get an attention, Instagram does it, TikTok does it. If they get a response off a TikTok blog, they'll repeat it. That's a double-minded person, believe it or not. Positive or negative. If they have an audience, the biggest thing about double-mindedness is that they desperately need their name called out. Now, under God, it's because their name's not in the book of life. They're many, okay? They're not few. The few sanctify each other, born again or not. If you got 6 friends, you're going to be honest with those 6 friends. And you're going to share and share and care and share and care. You're not concerned about what the fetch somebody's doing on a social media site. You're like, hey man, here's my daughter, here's my son, here's this, here's that. You're not concerned about what people are doing. No, I see this, man. People have children and husbands and family, and they up in your life. I just laugh about it. Because, the kid in a Christian school was so small that we all learned about each other. We knew what the other one was going to do. We knew where they lived. I just don't get that hiding behind the camera crap. I don't get being concerned about where you live. Yeah, I guess I did as a kid because I was forced to. Me, I never cared. Wherever you live, whatever your phone number is, it is what it is. You will be the secretive individual that's very double-minded. Probably up in somebody else's individual life. You're not in yours. You're not fulfilled in yours. If you're fulfilled in your life, you don't got to click the camera on in truth. I'm so glad I'm not a poignant person that says, I'm a perfect one. I'm a great mother. I have everything. I have everything I need. That's a good, double-minded individual. Oh yeah. They were never fulfilled as a child either. Something wrong there. I have this and I have that and I have that. So double-minded is ridiculous. I think it's hilarious that the social media industry makes you latch on to something you wouldn't ordinarily do. Nah, it's just like a child in school. You're hoping that you don't get bullied at school. You're hoping that somebody likes you. You hope you can get a selected amount of people. It's the same thing you did in childhood, man. Social media brought you back and digressed your mind, regressed you into a childlike faith. Book of James. A childlike mind. Yes, it has. People are not thriving mentally. They're actually digressing. And that's true for all of us. Yeah, it is. Otherwise, you say, well, you'll miss your blessings. Parts of your family, your friends, you'll miss it. Being double-minded against another individual. People wake up, they look at their notification bells, man. They won't go to their positive people. And that's an overall truth, too. They won't go to the positive side of their life and say, I don't need this trash. They're so unfulfilled. It's ridiculous, a double-minded person. I mean, when you're not better than, don't say it like I do. Such as myself. You ain't better than you are. People take that as arrogancy. If you lose people, guess what? You made an impact. Period. You'll figure it out, though. You'll figure out who you can trust and who you can't. Yeah, you will. And if you're smart and really want to learn, you'll figure out who is a big gossiper. And you know that yourself anyway. You know if you gossip. You know if you're sitting around on these weird channels talking about other people's lives, you ain't satisfied with your own. There's no way you can be. None. Zero. Oh, yes, I'm going to talk about so-and-so. I'm fulfilled. I see this all the time. I have this. I have a great husband. I have a great wife. And you're on the internet talking about somebody else's life. Liar. Double-minded. Well, look at what I've got. See the glory? Really? Double-minded. Say, no, I have a nice house. Shoot, man. No need to express. It's just the truth. It's sad, but true. What's about the wrong thing? Scotty, you're tired, honey. I don't know which one you're talking about. My son shaved his head yesterday. No, it's not completely shaved. He come running through there. Okay, I gotta show you. You youth today, they're so cool and different. I can learn from Scotty, which is good. In this generation today, I can actually learn from my own kid. In the realm of being almost 23, you know, you can still learn from your own child. I'm kind of glad I don't have a lot because God took them away for a reason, and that would be my own sin, you know. There's a reason for everything, I believe, under heaven. But my son, so I gotta show you, come running with his phone, right? Gosh, he loves that iPhone. iPhone, smartphone, iPhone. All right, we have a truck over here, and they're definitely short. You know what's funny? This is Walmart. Hang on here. See? The buggy's going there. That's way too short. Okay. I don't share that with you, little bird. She's gonna be hot, man. I got used to the rain. He brings me the phone and says, I gotta show you my progress of his weight and his body. Children's is trash. Let me add a wrinkle there. That sign just said free Wi-Fi. That's a lie. It can't be free. You're paying a phone bill. Got it? You're coming in here to shop. That's not free either. Could have parked on the other side. He brings me his phone. I had no idea that Scotty was taking photographic situations of himself to show his own progress. He alerted me yesterday, which is kind of cool. He shows me the month of February 2022. I'm thinking, that is not you. He said, hang on, and Scotty is a three-minded mind. I wasn't sure. I'm learning from my own child. Scotty thinks in a three-rule mind. I wasn't sure. Can he think in fours? Yeah. Yeah. Hurts my ears. Ugh. Dude. Oh, diabetic garbage. So, I don't know, it was like a beginning, a middle, and an end. I said, what? He's lost over 50 pounds. I told him to slow down, man. Hey. I told my son, dude, you're right where you need to be, son. Because you can go in excessive. Scotty would, like I did. Let's say you weigh 300 pounds and you get a gastric bypass and you have self-body dysmorphia. Then the gastric bypass helps you get down to 150. You might become very arrogant, full of yourself. Instead of saying, where did I come from? Double-minded. Yeah. People that transform their body, they become double-minded. And eventually you'll figure it out. You will, if you're paying attention. A lot of gastric bypass, men and women. I've seen it my whole life. I was overweight, too much to miss it. Man, I can't stand Walmart. I really cannot stand Walmart. I'm probably gonna stop shopping at Walmart when Scotty leaves for the Army. I hate Walmart. I really do. There is no dislike no more. I had a passion for Walmart, now I hate it. That's psychology. Indifference. But like, maybe they couldn't do something. I'm looking at hairspray right now, and I'm thinking, you know, maybe they had, maybe they didn't look good, and they do. They'll show that off to double-minded. That's double-minded. All these products in here. Why isn't one just good enough? This is a double-minded world. That's not a desire of which one works better for you. No, not in this brain. That's not because you like this product over this product. It becomes very self-centered, very vanity, very double-minded. The old days was not like this. You didn't need Amazon to shop for your vanity. You know, nothing satisfies the voracious appetite of a double-minded individual. Simplicity is not good enough. For the double-minded, no. No. Simplicity? They forget how my faith is of the man who died on the cross. He wasn't up there in a tuxedo. He wasn't up there with the best cologne. No. People can't take the cross and just see it for what it is. I say, well, you can apply it to your own sins. Scotty, man. I told him to slow down. I don't know that he will. Alright. Hey there. Get in line. Hey, y'all. Ooh. Can't believe Scotty. This spends an excessive time at the gym now. He may go twice like myself. I'm OCD, ADHD. Scotty's got a lot of his father's issues. Receding hairline, the baldness on the top. That's my daddy and his dad. Oh, here you go again. Okay, darn, thank you. I really didn't need to sit as well. Oh, you think I'm buying drinks?
Insert cash or select insert cash or pay another way.
Insert your trash. Okay.
Please take your change. Cash is dispensed below the scanner.
Really?
Thank you for shopping at Walmart.
Get this back up there. You too, Slutty. I'll see her practically every Sunday if I'm here. Uh-oh, there's a line to show your garbage. You think the cameras don't know? Uh-huh. Yeah, and this guy's watching me. Yeah, no precious. Doesn't matter, dog, you know? Oh, wow, heat wave, yeah. Makes you sick, man. Cold heat, cold heat, cold heat. I don't know. He's like, we had a big old conversation yesterday. Scotty's a lot of fun. He's like this big giant tortoise who sticks his head out a little bit, you know, and crawls back in. Oh my gosh. Blondie. Gosh. The tide is high. Oh man, you go to the beach, you need to be playing that song, yeah. The tide is high. Alright. I loved it when I failed to remember where I parked. And I do. All the time. Uh-oh, somebody's here from Georgia. Get on, GA. Georgianite, man. I don't know if Scotty's gonna keep losing weight or not. He's like, the Army's gonna do it. Okay. Don't bark at me, man. Don't bark at me, dude. Army's gonna do it. Oh gosh, we're not in Clinton. You people are bumping. Get through thick skull. I can learn from my boy though a lot. I can see my son's behavior a lot like I see the transhumanistic adults on the internet. And myself. Yeah. Most kids today, the truth be known, between 18 and 25, they have a mindset of a teenager. That beautiful smartphone, by phone, die phone. We'll do it. They don't have to write anymore. They don't have to learn to read, really. They don't have to learn how to spell. That's not intelligence. That's double-mindedness on Earth. Well, it'll fill it for me. That's not smart at all. The smartphone is an oxymoron, man. Smartphone. It knocks its water and double-mindedness down by saying it's a smartphone and you're on the apps on it. You're not really on the telephone part. If you did 100% testing of a double-minded person on these iPhone, smartphone, iPhone, iPhone, Android garbage, robotic crap, how much are you actually on the actual telephonic part? And what do you do with that double-mindedness when you're on the phone? That's when you're testing all things. If you're on these phones, speaking to someone, is it fruitful or is it double-minded? You'll catch that kind of stuff with old Tam-Tam. Say, wait a minute here. She goes around a lot. Yeah, I do. Sure do. I'll talk about anything I want to, when I want to, how I want to. I will never let mankind hurt me again. Mankind to me is the massive failure of God. That's why my Savior's coming back. Because mankind failed God. We are losers. In His eyes, we're not better than we think we are in the eyes of God. Otherwise, there'd be no returnee coming, folks. If you believe in Jesus. If you don't, you don't. If you believe in the coming of Christ, man failed God. And he failed you. Over and over. So if you're on the telephone all the time, what are you discussing? Is it fruitful? Is it teachable? Is it education? Are you being yourself, or are you a gossiper? The Bible's fulfilling itself. I don't have to. God's Word is an open, transparent book like me. It's fulfilling itself over and over and over. Just pay attention to people on your favorite audience. That's kind of ridiculous to me. I was always on stages and cameras. I don't care about this dot. I don't need no audience. You either like me or you don't like me. I can move along, trucker. People I trust the most will get a small video from me. They'll get a minute gift card, a voice clip, a unlisted video, if I trust them. And they can trust me. That'll be a certainty. When you're knocked down, shat down, and you've lived the kind of life I've lived, nothing will shock you in the human behavior. Absolutely nothing. Not even yourself. You'll know yourself better than anyone. That's not arrogancy, that's honesty. People mix arrogancy with honesty. A revelation, a self-intuitive thought. that you learn yourself when somebody tries to perhaps be you, right? There's no way to hurt somebody without calling every negative aspect out. There's no self-reflection. They have no looking glass. Look at James. They cannot see themselves. They're seeing you. They might, you know, if you have people on social media that call you out in a negative manner, folks, they're so double-minded. They're trying to convince a many, and that's a legion, okay? A many, when the few are saying, I got something else to do. I'm doing something else. At least being thought about. If they need that ridiculous attention, man, they didn't receive it from somewhere. So on a smartphone, by phone, die phone. We don't realize it's applications they're dealing with. The apps, the social media aspect. And if they're on the telephone, what kind of conversations are you having? Do a percentile check upon thyself. And I'm not sitting in the choir, so I know what the praise team is doing today. Have a good day, dum-dums. Happy 4th of July. Good grief. You need to tell me. Man, I want me a car door ajar. That's terrible. There's so much to the double-mindedness, it's ridiculous. But I'm pretty proud of my son. I hope we can fight this battle. He's leaving soon, and we got to make a lot of decisions in our life. And when we make them, guess what? They're ours. If somebody writes you into their life, their book isn't finished. If somebody consistently destroying themselves in your life, they're not fulfilled with theirs. There's no way around this. Remember that little world? Little big planet. And you'll figure it out if you have people around you on a social media site. You'll be like, my gosh, all they do is do this. Obsession will kick in. Compulsion will kick in. And they're desperately trying to get you to notice them. Guess what?